The federal government is talking up the deal reached at the UN Climate Change Conference in South Africa. The Climate Change Minister, Greg Combet, has described it as an historic breakthrough, which guarantees global warming will be tackled internationally. The critics say the deal does little to address the scale of emission cuts needed or protect vulnerable nations until a new agreement comes into force in 2020.
A huddle in the conference hall. The key powers very tense. America resisting joining a climate treaty unless China does too. China itself wary. And India unwilling to be tied into a legally binding commitment. In the end, they got there.
In seeing no objection, it's so decided.
36 hours late, relief among many, with a new agreement. And this is how the deal looks. A new global treaty by 2020 limiting greenhouse gases. It will include China, America and India, the three biggest polluters, and it will have legal force, though that isn't defined.
We've managed to bring the major emitters, like the United States and India and China, into a roadmap which will secure an overarching global deal.
The pressure had come from the most vulnerable nations, but the treaty won't come as fast as they'd like. India, with hundreds of millions still below the poverty line, worries about restraining its development. And the United States is in no rush either. Climate change is a toxic issue there. Getting a new treaty on greenhouse gases will involve difficult challenges. For the first time, it is recognised that there is a gap between pledges to reduce emissions and the cuts that scientists say are needed. But the scale of cuts, who should make them and by when, still has to be decided. And previous promises of roadmaps leading to new agreements have been delayed or broken.
We met midway. Of course, we're not completely happy about the outcome. We feel like he lacks balance.
So they have agreed a pathway to cutting global emissions, but there's not much urgency about it.